My name is Thomas Light. I am the researcher who designed and built Mega Man X.
Mega Man, Maverick Hunter X. Beginning the mission.
X, there's a high probability that the insurgency there was caused by Mavericks.
Mavericks? This must be Sigma's work. Vile! I should have known you'd be involved in Sigma's rebellion.
Rebellion? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just here to cause trouble for you. I hate you!
Hope you're ready, X!
Not done yet! Impossible! You underestimated me. I hate that about you. X, there's nothing you can do. I'll defeat you and Sigma. Then I'll change the world.
X, are you alright?
Zero. Why would someone as powerful as you align yourself with X? He's just a B-class hunter, nothing more.
Vile, you're nothing but a Maverick now.
Zero, what happened to Vile?
All I know is that he's our enemy now. X, I'm gonna stay on Sigma's trail a bit longer. You get back to Hunter Base and take it easy.
Gotcha. Let's hook up again later. Zero. Thanks. You saved me again.
Large-scale Mavericks have been detected in various locations.
Oh no! They must work for Sigma!
It looks like the rebellion has begun.
We'd better put a stop to them before we go after Sigma.
Flame Mammoth!
Beginning mission!
My name is Thomas Light. This is a message for X. I entrust the future to you.
Light? I think I know this guy.
If you've come across this capsule, I fear you must be in the midst of a difficult battle. I have left 4 powers for you to inherit. I believe that you will use them in the cause of justice. Here you will find the foot parts. Equip the parts you find in this capsule and you will gain the ability to dash. Use this power to steer the future in the right direction. I trust in you, my dear X.
I was wondering who would show up. I didn't expect a B-class hunter like you.
What are you doing, Flame Mammoth? Don't be stupid!
There's nothing I love more than stomping weak little blabbermouths like you into dust.
That settles it. You're definitely a Maverick.
Here we go!
Mission accomplished.
Penguin!
I'm beginning the mission.
The head parts await you within this castle. Equip the parts you find inside here, and you will gain the ability to smash blocks with your head. I'm counting on you, X. You are humanity's last hope.
Chill, Penguin. Why have you sided with Sigma?
Sigma has paid for the use of my power. Working for him is a million times better than piddling around on a South Pole with nothing to do.
How could you? What Sigma's doing is treasonous. Mission accomplished. Shotgun knife!
Eagle.
Beginning mission.
Inside this capsule are the body parts. Enter the capsule and equip them, and any damage you incur will be halved. It saddens me to think that the war has begun, but I know that you can bring it to a peaceful conclusion, X.
So it begins.
Storm Eagle? Don't tell me that even you've gone Maverick. Answer me, Storm Eagle. You're not the type of Reploid to do something like this.
Forgive me, X. I must defeat you. Step into battle.
Mission accomplished.
Armadillo!
I'm beginning the mission.
I am under strict orders to protect this mine.
You don't need to take orders from someone like Sigma. He's insane! Open your eyes, Armored Armadillo!
Whether he's insane or not, it's not my place to judge him. I must obey.
Looks like you've gone Maverick. I'm taking you out.
Enough talk. I'm ready to obey my orders. Enough talk. Let's fight! You got here's a lesson for ya! Here's a lesson for ya! Is that all you got? Here's a lesson for ya!
was a good fight.
Mission accomplished. Rolling shield!
Octopus!
Beginning mission! Quick stop here, Launch Octopus.
I only take orders from Sigma. There's no way I'll let you boss me around.
Face it, you've gone Maverick.
Maverick? How dare you call my artistic battle style by that name?
I'll show you how an artiste fights. Here is Rolling Shield! Rolling Shield! Rolling Shield! Here is Rolling Shield! 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 Rolling Shield!
Explosion is beautiful.
Mission accomplished. Homing torpedo!
Boomerang Kuwanger!
Beginning mission. Storm tornado! Storm tornado! Storm tornado! Storm tornado!
If you've made it all the way up here, you must not be an ordinary B-class hunter.
Kuwanger, I don't want to fight an old friend like you.
You don't want to fight? Well, isn't this interesting? You're a Maverick hunter, and Maverick hunters are Reploids designed for fighting.
So I'll have to fight you no matter what, huh?
Of course. A chance for a fight this fun doesn't come along every day.
Let's get this party started.
Homing torpedo! Homing torpedo! Homing torpedo! Homing torpedo! Homing torpedo! Homing torpedo! Watch this! Homing torpedo! Homing torpedo! Homing torpedo! Homing torpedo! Homing torpedo! Homing torpedo!
So strong.
Mission accomplished. Boomerang cutter! Boomerang cutter! Boomerang cutter!
Spark Mandrill!
I'm beginning the mission. Storm tornado! Yeah! Storm tornado! Boomerang cutter! Boomerang cutter! Storm tornado! Storm
get started. X, you showed up.
Spark Mandrill, do us both a favor and surrender peacefully.
I don't think so, X. Oppose me and I'll crush you.
Sounds like you've gone Maverick. Your time has come, Spark Mandrill.
I'm not the smartest guy around, X, but I have a feeling that Sigma is right.
Jackknife! 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 Jackknife!
This is what it's like.
Mission accomplished. Electric spark!
Chameleon!
I'm beginning the mission.
Little X, everyone's betrayed you.
Sting, Chameleon! So Sigma's even managed to pull you into his scheme!
That's Master Sigma to you, X! He'll be king when the new world is born. Treat him with respect.
I don't want to live in a world with him in charge!
I'm ready!
Boomerang Cutter! Boomerang Boomerang cutter! Boomerang cutter! Boomerang cutter! Yeah! Boomerang cutter! Yeah! Boomerang cutter! Boomerang cutter! Boomerang cutter! Boomerang cutter! Mission accomplished.
We have an incoming transmission. It's Zero.
Get this info to X. I've discovered Sigma's base. I'm sending the coordinates now.
We've located you, Zero. I'm on my way.
Okay, but listen. This place is more secure than I thought. Let's split up their forces. Find another route in.
Beginning the mission. Storm tornado! Yeah, storm tornado! Storm tornado! Yeah, storm tornado! Storm tornado! Yeah, storm tornado! Storm tornado! Yeah. Yeah. Storm tornado! Storm tornado! Storm tornado! Storm tornado! Storm tornado! Storm tornado! Yeah! Yeah! Storm tornado! Yeah! Storm tornado! Storm tornado! Launch Octopus?
I am Launch Octopus. I am under orders to deal with any intruders.
Sigma must have brought his body back to life.
I have been ordered to fight.
I'll show you how an artiste fights. Here it comes!
Rolling shield!
Here it comes!
Rolling shield! Rolling shield! Boomerang cutter! Boomerang cutter! Boomerang cutter! Boomerang cutter! Boomerang cutter!
Here it
Boomerang cutter!
Here it comes!
Boomerang cutter!
Here it comes!
Rolling shield! Rolling shield! Rolling shield! Rolling shield! Rolling shield!
Explosion is beautiful!
operating up to spec. Homing torpedo! 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 Homing torpedo!
So strong!
Mission accomplished. Beginning mission. strong! Electric spark! You're strong! Electric spark! 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 Electric spark!
It was a good fight.
Homing torpedo! Homing torpedo! Homing torpedo! Homing torpedo! Homing torpedo! Homing torpedo!
So it begins. Step into battle.
Million sting! 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 Million sting!
I cannot lose this battle.
Million sting!
Oh! Let's get started.
Chakra knife! 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 Chakra knife!
This is what it's like.
Mission accomplished. torpedo! Homing torpedo! Homing torpedo! Homing torpedo!
You're no different than Zero. You worried about Sigma when you should have been worried about me.
Vile! You...
I guess my destroying you here is all part of Sigma's plan. I don't usually like following other people's plans. What? Zero! You're harder to destroy than I thought!
X, there's nothing more you can do. It's over! Zero! Zero!
Hope you're ready, X!
Rolling shield! Rolling shield! Yeah! Rolling shield! Rolling shield! Rolling shield! Rolling shield! Yeah! Rolling shield! Rolling shield!
I'm not done yet!
Rolling shield! Rolling shield!
I can't lose to X!
Zero! Hang in there, buddy!
X, I'm always telling you to be more careful. But now look at me.
Don't waste your energy talking, Zero. We gotta fix you up.
There's no time for that. Here, take my arm parts. Use them on Sigma.
Zero.
Go now. Maverick Hunter X.
Mission accomplished. Rolling shield!
So you've made it this far, have you? Enter this capsule, and you will receive an ability that only a few people have been able to master through intense training. Since your soul is nearly human, I suspect you can master it. X, feel the power flowing in you. Learn to throw fireballs.
Beginning the mission. Take this!
I see a new clarity in your eyes. You are no longer troubled.
What you've done is unforgivable, Sigma!
X, that look in your eyes makes me think you might be ready to face me. But why don't you try this on for size first? Impressive, X. It looks like you really do have the potential I had seen in you. Our potential is limitless.
You think you have potential? You're insane, Sigma!
That's not what you really think. You say you believe in justice, but that's not true. You've only been led to think that. Nothing more. I'll take you on. Here I come. I should have known you could do it, X. Magnificent, X. And to think you've been classified as a B-class hunter.
Sigma, your Maverick plan stopped right here!
It's not over yet, X. The battle, the angst, the destruction. I will make you understand the true potential of Reploids.
I'll finish this! Right here, right now! I will defeat you, Sigma!
What's this?
My name is Thomas Light. I am the researcher who designed and built Mega Man X. I granted X special powers that no other robot possesses. Utilizing his conscience, he is able to think, worry, and act entirely of his own accord. This means that he is also imbued with the materials necessary to facilitate the evolution of robots in the same manner as life. It is an unfortunate fact that human life is short and fleeting. I fear that I will not have the time to ensure the safety of the X project. That is why I have decided to seal him away. Perhaps he will be discovered in the far-flung future and will fight valiantly to ensure peace for all people. Yes, I firmly believe that this will come to pass. But I am not without worry. I fear that X will be swept up in the war we call progress. I urge the people of the future to remember that X is my, nay, the world's hope.
Mega Man Maverick Hunter X! X, why does it have to be you? Come to reprimand me in person, did you?
I need your help to defeat X.
To defeat X?
Yes, in order to ensure our future and speed along our evolution.
What on earth are you talking about? What could that worrywart Hunter possibly do for us?
His worrying. That is precisely the quality that will prove beneficial to our cause. He alone possesses that ability. He thinks more deeply than the rest of us. He feels. Normal Reploids are no match for his heart. But he is unaware of his incredible power.
So to take advantage of this power of his, you're planning to go Maverick?
Precisely.
And you want me to help you?
That's why I've come here.
You're insane.
I won't force you. This isn't something most Reploids could do. I need someone who can go Maverick of their own accord.
Sorry to burst your bubble, but I'm the one that's gonna change the world. I'll show you how strong I am. Incite rebellion. Split up the Hunter's forces. That's the way to get to X. But Sigma, I may be a wild card you hadn't counted on.
What are you doing here?
X! How do you like being Sigma's puppet?
You've been drawn into Sigma's rebellion as well?
Rebellion? I couldn't care less. I just hate you, that's all.
This is as far as you go.
Now let's find out which one of us is truly the better Reploid. Sigma was wrong. You're not the Reploid with the power to change the world. I am. Me. Vile!
X, hang in there, buddy.
Zero! If you're gonna take that B-Class Hunter's side, then I'll have to destroy you too.
Do your worst, Maverick, but... Not today! Let's get out of here, X!
X. Why does everyone like that guy? Whatever. When the time comes, they'll all know the truth.
Vile, my supporters have been revolting across the land. What is your plan?
Sigma, I have my own way of dealing with things. You just sit back and enjoy the show.
Very well.
You'll find out who really has the potential you talk about.
Shell Penguin!
I'll show you how strong I am.
Seen a Maverick who thought he was a hunter before.
Hunter? Ha! I've never once entertained such thoughts.
Waha! Good answer, but you're still acting crazy. What exactly do you plan to do?
Same thing I always do. Crush anyone and anything who gets on my bad side.
I'll get you!
Mammoth! I'll show you how strong I am!
Vile, what are you doing? If you've joined the side of Justice, you can leave now.
Justice? Give me a break, Flame Mammoth. I'll fight you if that's what you want. Bring it on!
You just bit off more than you can chew, Vile. I'll make sure you regret it. Here we go!
Octopus!
I'll show you how strong I am.
Well, well, well. Look what the catfish dragged in. You plan on betraying Sigma, do you?
I'll tell you one thing. I don't like working for others.
A tough guy, hmm? You're not half bad. I like you.
I don't care if a pitiful fool like you likes me or not.
I'll show you how an artiste fights. Here it comes! Here it comes! My explosion is beautiful.
Chameleon!
I'll show you how strong I am.
It's vile! I used to have nothing but respect for you, you know.
In that case, get out of my way and let me pass.
I don't think so. We're going to have to fight.
If you say so, I won't let you or Sigma stand in my way.
Eagle.
I'll show you how strong I am.
No reason to fight you.
We're in agreement there. I have no reason to fight you either.
In that case, stand down. You're just confused, File. That's all.
I've always hated you, Storm Eagle. You and that smug face of yours.
Step in a battle.
Kuwanger.
I'll show you how strong I am.
No!
Your mobility and attack power are very impressive. You'd make quite the adversary on the battlefield, Vile.
If you think so, then you must know. You know which Reploid can usher in the future for us.
Is this about your rivalry with X? Comparing specs directly, you come out on top, but...
But what? Do you actually believe X is the one? No way.
Let's get this party started. Over here. Over here. This'll teach you. Over here. Watch this. This'll teach you. Watch this. Over here. Over here. Watch this. Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here. So strong.
Mandrill!
I'll show you how strong I am.
started. Vio? What are you doing here?
I should ask you the same question. What are you accomplishing by acting as Sigma's cheerleader?
His plan's not wrong. At least, I don't think so.
Any plan involving X is wrong. I'll put a stop to it.
Oh, this is what it's like.
Armadillo!
I'll show you how strong I am. Here! Take
under orders to destroy anyone who comes here. It doesn't matter who it is.
All you do is follow orders. You really think you can take me on?
You don't respect authority. You don't follow orders. I pity you.
Pity? Don't pity me. You don't know anything about me.
Enough talk. Let's fight. It's no use. You're strong. You're strong. No use. You're strong. You're strong.
It was a good fight. Vile. So this is your way of handling things?
Your underlings were a cinch to beat. They couldn't have been much good to you anyway.
Interesting. Why don't you come find me using your methods? I want to see you in action with my own eyes.
I'll make you understand. You'll know that I am the one who holds the key to the future. I'll show you how strong I am.
My explosion is beautiful.
Yeah!
get this party started. Over here. Over here. Over here. Dodge this. Over here. Dodge this. Dodge this. Over here. Dodge this. Dodge this.
This!
So strong. Show you how strong I am.
This!
was a good fight.
So it begins. Step into battle. Take this! Storm Tornado! Take this! I cannot lose this battle! Take this! Take this! No!
Time to get started.
So this is what it's like.
Show you how strong I am.
Eat this! Eat this!
Here!
Stop right there!
You've really caused a lot of havoc, Vile.
Yeah? I was just taking care of a few loose ends.
So you're not on Sigma's side? You two aren't friends?
Friends? I don't have any. Not now, not ever. I only know one thing for sure, X. You are my enemy.
This is as far as you
Let's
go!
finish this, Vile!
Going for it! Here I come,
X. I'll admit, you have grown stronger. But you'll hardly be able to change the world if you're dead. What's the matter, X? Aren't you gonna show me your true power? Wimp to the very end, huh? End of the line, X.
Change the world? Sounds like Maverick talk to me.
Let's go!
X, shoot now!
Not a charge shot! Sigma. I fought X, but I still don't understand. Why him? What's so special about him?
What exactly did you plan to do, Vile? Would you stand before me as a Maverick hunter? Kneel at my feet and place yourself at my mercy?
What did I plan to do? Thinking about it now, I'm not actually sure.
Retrieve Vile.
I don't care what happens to this world. By defeating X, I validated my own existence. And that's all that matters to me now. My name is Vile. I am I.
Mega Man, Maverick Hunter X.
Arriving at drop point in 45 seconds.
X, do you copy? Fire at will once the target is in range. Chill Penguin Company, commence operation!
Roger! I'll secure the area! What? The thing's hardly damaged! Here it comes! What? Stop that thing!
Zero, do you have a fix on the main generator?
It's no good! This thing's too fast! I can't get close!
Take this! It's so strong!
Commander, that thing's way more powerful than we thought. I'll go back him up.
Help me!
I won't let you push my friends around like that!
Get the generator!
Help me!
The generator, X! Shoot the generator! X, hurry!
Is the relief party coming?
Casualties confirmed. Prepare a full retreat. Be sure to disarm all combatants.
X! Why didn't you shoot?
Chill, Penguin.
Do you have any idea how many casualties there would have been if the commander hadn't taken that thing out when he did?
X. It was my fault I let that mechanoloid get a hold of me. I'm just glad the commander was able to get me out of that mess.
Yes, sir. Understood.
X.
Yes, Commander Sigma, sir.
Your aiming capabilities are no different than my own. You could have easily hit the generator. You are aware that there was only a small chance that our compatriot would have been hit by the blast, correct?
Yes, Commander.
Listen well, X. There are times when we Maverick hunters cannot afford to hesitate in pulling the trigger. We must become both sword and shield to those who cannot protect themselves. That is our sworn duty. Never forget that.
Commander Sigma.
Commence retreat once casualties have been assessed.
Yes, sir!
There have been 7 incidents of mechanoloids going Maverick this month.
Has the commander spoken to Dr. Kane about it yet?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Maverick. What could cause someone to go Maverick anyway?
Program errors, short circuits in the electronic brain. The very things that give us Reploids our advanced processing power could also be our greatest weakness. Vile. Looks like he must have caused a ruckus again. I'm afraid for every kind and sensitive hunter like you, X, there always seems to be a borderline Maverick rabble-rouser like Vile out there.
There's been a lot of action around here lately.
Yes, Dr. Kane. Maverick crime has been steadily increasing. Even giant mechanoloids have begun to run amok.
And how is X doing?
As far as his judgment and abilities on the battlefield are concerned, he has shown tremendous promise. However, he tends to hesitate when the situation calls for decisive action.
He worries too much. Of course, that is his greatest feature, and the source of his potential. Sigma, you don't have that problem at all. When I found that robot, X, sealed away so long ago, I utilized his design concept to give birth to you Reploids. Reploids have the ability to think and act on their own, just like human beings. But the only one who seems to worry and fret so deeply is X. That is the source of his great potential.
His worrying shows potential? It's not a weakness?
Well, I suppose it might be, under normal circumstances. But in this case, it could be the beginning of a new connection between robots and humans. Of course, we don't know yet if that potential will be a wellspring of hope or usher in an era of utter chaos. I've extended my life as long as possible to see it all play out, but it looks like I won't be around long enough now.
Training sequence concluded.
Oh man, I missed 5%.
95%? That's very good, Zero.
Storm Eagle, I thought you were supposed to be patrolling the missile base.
With the automated defense system complete, they trimmed down my tour of duty. Starting today, I'm just a regular hunter again.
I see.
Anyway, we've been summoned to a hearing on the out-of-control mechanoloid. Let's go, Zero.
We now know that a mechanoloid stationed in a dismantled building went berserk. However, it now appears that it was under the control of an unknown party.
So there was no one inside? It was being controlled remotely?
That's right.
Wait a minute. What about the mechanoloid security program?
A system that complicated really shouldn't be so easy to hack!
There is a chance that the perpetrator has managed to completely crack our security codes.
Well, where's it being controlled from?
The signal has been camouflaged by being routed through a series of satellites. But the origin has been tracked to here, Able City Sector 16 East.
You gotta be kidding me! That's so close! Does Commander Sigma know about this?
We've contacted him. X and Zero's team is to be dispatched immediately following a briefing. Those are his orders.
Roger! Strange. It's too quiet.
Want to check it out, X?
What is it?
Well? No dice. I'm afraid that whatever data was here must be gone now.
That's quite a feat.
Status report.
Sir! Looks like it must have been an inside job. They were done in shortly after the mechanoloid went berserk.
What do you make of it, Zero?
Well, no matter who did it, it seems fairly obvious that they have incredible combat skills. Each and every blow is directed at a weak spot.
The scoundrel who caused all of this has taken his hacking data and fled the scene. He is now a fugitive. Storm Eagle Company, begin searching the area.
Yes, sir.
The Chill Penguin Company will check other sectors. Let's go!
Yes, sir!
Storm Eagle Company Troop A has been requested to move to point 449.
Another incident in Sector 28 West?
Please be patient. We're still tracing the signal.
Reporting a problem.
I think Vile is being punished. We're already.
You've reached Hunter Base. Another Berserk Mechanaloid? Where? Okay. What? That close?
No way you're getting past me!
Come to reprimand me in person, did you?
I can't believe it's gotten this bad.
All these berserk mechanaloids. Why do I get the feeling that they're just here to distract us?
You think whoever's behind this has a different goal in mind?
X-Zero, we have an emergency. The ex-Maverick hunter Vile has just escaped from his cell.
What?
Report to the scene immediately.
Roger that.
Just a little longer. We've almost got the signal traced.
X and Zero's team is headed for the detention center now. What is your next order? Commander? Commander Sigma, please respond.
What's the matter?
Something's wrong. I can't raise Commander Sigma.
There's no way this can be Vile's work. He doesn't have this kind of attack capability. All the blows were directed to weak spots. Whatever Reploid is responsible for this, they must have great analytical and combat skills. Well, no matter who did it, it seems fairly obvious that they have incredible combat skills. Each and every blow is directed at a weak spot.
So, you think whoever's responsible made the mechanaloids go berserk as a cover so he could spring Vile?
This is Zero.
X-Zero, we've managed to trace the hacker's location. The berserk mechanaloids are being controlled from the missile base. I've tried contacting all personnel, but the signal is being disrupted. I haven't been able to get through to Commander Sigma for a few minutes either.
I've got a bad feeling about this. Someone's here.
Don't move! Commander Sigma!
X-Zero. It looks like the enemy was using the security system here to control the mechanaloids.
So that must be how they managed to camouflage their location.
They knew it would take a while to trace.
Commander Sigma, headquarters told us they were having trouble contacting you.
Ah, yes. I had to deactivate my transmitter to maintain cover. Of course, none of that matters now.
Commander Sigma! Zero!
Tell me, how did you figure it out?
The perpetrator was so skilled. Not many Reploids have specs that high. It wasn't hard to put two and two together. That's why I was ready for your attack just now.
I congratulate you on your detective skills, Zero, but it is X who deserves my admiration. His innocence is what makes him special, you see. He's an incredible Reploid specimen. Wouldn't you agree?
Commander Sigma, what are you doing? Let him go, please!
Now's your chance, X. Fire. If you really want to stop me, you'll have to shoot, destroying Zero in the process. What's the matter? Shoot! Yes! You can't do it, can you, X?
Zero!
As I've already told you, X, there are times when you can't hesitate to pull the trigger. You couldn't do it. You missed your last chance to stop me. We are one button away from launching every missile stored in this facility. They're aimed at our own city. What'll it be, X? Will you sacrifice the city or shoot me? Perhaps it's time you laid down your arms.
Why? Why are you doing this?
For our future, X. I believe that it's time we put Reploid potential to the ultimate test.
You set this up from the start. Made the mechanoloids go berserk? Caused the death and suffering of countless innocents?
There are many others on my side. You see, evolution requires sacrifice. Behold!
Missiles have been launched! Now calculating trajectory!
Reploids, created by humanity, yet possessing abilities far beyond our own.
46 seconds until missile contact. They're headed for Able City!
Mankind's arrogance? No.
You invited all of this upon yourself, X. Limitless potential and limitless danger both lie within you. Is this the end? Not at all. It is the beginning of my new world!
Who are you?
It is I, Thomas Light. I created you, X.
X? You called me X. Is that my name?
That's right. It's a variable. It represents limitless potential. You see, you are a new type of robot who can think for himself.
What's the matter, Doctor? You look tired.
You truly are just like us humans, X. That's why I'm afraid that mankind is not quite ready to accept you. We are not yet mature. They may very well view your limitless evolutionary potential as something to be feared. The name X also carries connotations of danger. I'm sorry, X. I didn't have enough time to see you enter the world.
Dr. Light.
I've given you the power to think, to worry, and to grow and evolve as you fight. But it is too soon for that power to be unleashed.
Doctor, I'll use this power to fight for justice, to fight for hope.
Of course you will. I believe it to be so. X, I want you to use that conscience of yours to fight for the people of the future. They will need someone like you to guide them.
Doctor!
Farewell, X. You are the world's one true hope.
So this is the power that you possess. The potential to advance all Reploids.
Sigma X. X.
Come and get me, X. The time has come to prove your mettle against me. This fight will decide the fate of all Reploids. The battle may be over, but the war is just beginning.